You go and look for water.
We could just eat snow.
No, it'll be proper water for my family. You sit, I'll take care of it.
You still haven't answered my question, Tom Builder. What if the bishop offered you a job like they did in Exeter? Something that is beneath your craft, but pays for a lifetime. Easy work.
Well, building something is never easy.
You know what I mean. After Exeter, you said I could create something that matters, something that stands for eternity, or I could die setting up houses and sheds. But what if houses and sheds would feed your family? Would you stay this time, or would you keep on looking?
You know I could do so much more.
You said the same thing then, and look where it brought us. Just promise me you'll think about it.
Maybe we can sell the baby.
Alfred!
I'm joking. Don't listen to me.
Can you see the sun yet?
No, but Martha...
Don't distract me. I'm what?
Stupid snow. Why did it have to come down just now?
Should never have left.
Well, we're here now. Guess there's no use complaining.
Too hard for my fist, but my pot should break it. Houses and sheds. Oh. Harder, Tom, harder. By God. Walls and roofs. I could do so much better. But I have to feed my family.
Tom, what's keeping you?
Shoo. Beautiful.
And did you think about what I asked you?
Dreaming of building a cathedral was foolish. When we get to Shiring, I'll take the job.
Why is a cathedral so special?
Well, you've seen a few. You should know.
Yes, but there are so many already. Why do you have to build another one? Is it because God needs more houses?
May I?
If you must.
Well. Actually, a cathedral isn't so different from any other house. It always starts simple, with some walls.
And on top of that, you put a roof.
Very good. A roof to keep off the rain, and walls to keep up the roof. Together that makes one big, long, but dark room. Like a cave. So of course you may want some light coming in.
Windows.
Right. So the people inside can see what they're doing.
I think you forgot something. People can't get in if there are only walls.
So, what do you suggest?
Doors, of course.
Right. And not only doors, but a big and impressive one to let in as many people as possible. By now we've carved quite a few holes in our cathedral. Unfortunately, not every building can carry a roof like that and have so many windows.
So what do we do?
Good and solid work. That's what we do. If we don't want our cave to collapse, we have to make everything perfect. Not only strong, but consistent and perfectly even. The walls, the roof, the windows, everything perfectly proportioned.
You shouldn't say big words like proportioned when talking to a child.
What does it mean?
It means beauty. Well, it means not only will it keep them dry, it will give them hope. Agnes?
Mama?
The baby is coming.
But it's not due. Have your waters broken yet?
Soon after we started walking this morning.
You should have told me.
I'm so tired. I don't believe I can bring it into the world.
Oh, look at all the blood.
Children? Martha? Collect some reeds and make me 2 lengths of string, each big enough for a necklace.
What for?
You'll see.
What about me?
Get more water. Take snow if you must and make it warm.
Right.
Oh,
hands are cold.
I can warm them for you.
No. Stay here. Please.
Right, what can I do to help?
Cover me.
Let me cover you.
The water's warm now.
Put it next to me. Alfred. Take care of your little sister.
She's all right. She's busy. Let me help too.
Go and collect more wood. Let's have a bigger fire.
More wood?
Do what your father tells you.
Yes, Mother.
It's not long now. Be ready.
What else can I do?
Just stay with me.
I put more wood on the fire.
Can you feel the warmth? I'm here with you.
I know. It's coming! Help me, Tom! It's coming!
I can see it.
It looks horrible.
He's perfect. A perfect boy. You're still bleeding.
It's all right. It will stop soon. Tom,
Yes?
thank you for being my midwife. Do you remember the night I came to you? In your lodge?
Of course. How could I ever forget?
I never regretted giving myself to you. Never. For one moment. Every time I think of that night, I feel so glad.
Me too.
I hope you build your cathedral.
I thought you were against it.
I was. But I was wrong. You deserve something beautiful. Build a beautiful cathedral. For me.
Papa, what's wrong with her face?
Agnes. Agnes, wake up.
year of our Lord 1135 had come to an end. King Henry of England, son of William the Conqueror, had died. It was a time of poverty, death. In their despair, some had come to believe Christ and all his saints had gone to sleep, and that the pillars of the earth themselves had begun to crumble. Is there no one to welcome us?
Who goes there? You just crossed the bridge, right? That'll be a farthing for you and a penny for your horse.
Monks and villagers don't have to pay a toll.
Sorry, I'm not good at this. I told Brother Paul. It's not easy doing the Lord's work when you're hungry.
It is not much, but I can share this with you. I hope now it will be easier for you to fulfill your duties.
Oh, I'm sure it will.
Will you take care of my horse, brother? I've come to see Prior James.
Prior James? That's him the bells are tolling for. Leave the horse here. I'll get it down to the priory later. Fish should go nicely with that cheese.
What? Why are they ringing the bells?
Don't you know? The devil has come to Kingsbridge.
The devil has come to Kingsbridge? Whoever is righteous has regard for the life of his beast. Why is this locked? The Lord has given them plenty, and they let it go to waste. The Lord has given them plenty, and they let it go to waste. And to every beast of the earth, and to every bird of the heavens, and to everything that creeps on the earth, everything that has the breath of life, I have given every green plant for food. And it was so.
When he opened the sixth seal, I looked, And behold, there was a great earthquake, and the sun became black as sackcloth.
There's no one here either. Where are they? An hour is coming when all who are in the tombs will hear his voice and come out, those who have done good to the resurrection of life, and those who have done evil to the resurrection of judgment. I'm sure there was someone moving behind a window, but most houses are empty. The monks of Kingsbridge and their servants, I wonder which of them led a more pious life. Closed.
Thou shalt not be afraid of the terror by night, nor of the pestilence that walketh in darkness. The pestilence that rode in on the lightning that struck our cathedral 4 years ago. Did you not all feel its presence here ever since? James did, and I did as well. But the Lord says, because he hath set his love upon me, therefore will I deliver him. Our beloved Prior James has served the Lord all his life. He shall be delivered from the darkness, from this dark earth.
Prior James?
Philip.
Francis?
For many years, James has been our prior. After the upcoming election, I vow to lead Kingsbridge Priory with the same steady hand. Amen.
Philip, we told your brother you'd come to Kingsbridge New Year's Day.
I did not expect to see you here.
I was on my way back to Gloucester and wanted to see you.
A priest working in the world of politics. You must tell us about it, Francis.
Of course.
And his brother a prior of what now? 2 years?
It's been 4 years, Cuthbert.
I see. How are things in St. John in the Forest, Philip?
Philip?
I'm sorry. I can't believe James is not with us anymore.
He was a good man. Yes, a good man. But it is good to see you. And you too, Francis. Come by the kitchen later to see us, will you?
Brother Cuthbert seemed upset.
Well, we all are. The way James died was disturbing.
I thought Prior James had died of old age.
No, he did not. 7 days ago, Brother Remigius found James's room empty. We all looked for him for hours. Then we found his footprints by the bridge and a hole in the ice.
Oh no.
No.
In the small hours of Christmas Day, he must have walked out on the river. We didn't even find his body. The river took him, and the cold.
I will pray for James. See me when you have time, Philip. I will be in the cathedral.
And I should go and see how Brother Cuthbert is doing. It's good to see you, Philip. Maybe things will get better after the chapter elects the new prior.
Hopefully. I will come by the kitchen later, Milius.
Brother Marcus said he's taking a beating now once a week.
I saw him crying yesterday.
He cried? One more beating by Remigius, and he'll run.
I don't think so.
You look like you want to ask me something.
You are Philip of Gwynedd?
Yes, but you can call me Brother Philip.
You see? Told you he wouldn't mind.
Yes.
How about you ask him?
I already asked Brother Andrew.
That doesn't count. He wouldn't answer.
If you promise to lower your voices from now on.
Oh, of course.
We promise.
Brother Milius told us you know the scripture very well. Could you tell us about God's temple?
Brother Andrew wouldn't tell us.
Must be a place. A cathedral.
That's probably what the guest master was talking about.
Each of us is God's temple, in the way that he created us.
And what if someone does something to God's temple?
The scripture says, if anyone destroys God's temple, God will destroy him.
Even if he destroys his own temple of God?
So for Prior James there's no salvation as well?
For a self-murderer, there is no salvation.
What if the devil takes our souls too?
Commit yourselves to God. Be humble and pious. Be without sin. God's grace will not allow the devil to lay hand on any of you. Prior James will face judgment. It is between him and God. Do not be afraid.
No, Brother Philip.
Thank you, Brother Philip.
Our Father that art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts, as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Amen. To give a sermon here. On a holy day, it could reach so many. I'm happy to see you, little brother.
It's good to see you too, Philip. Your hair is starting to get a bit grey.
Yours isn't. At least in this one case, I will be the one to boldly charge ahead of you.
You've always been bold. You just don't admit it to yourself.
Francis, what are you doing here?
King Henry is dead.
I know. Word reached St. John's shortly before I left.
First the king, and now Prior James.
God has a plan.
I know he does, but King Henry's death caused quite a commotion in the world of politics. Dark times are coming. There will be war.
If only we could stop the suffering.
Maybe we can. I came not just to meet you. I was sent to look for a messenger of my lord, Earl Robert.
Here? In Kingsbridge?
Farmers said the messenger was heading for Kingsbridge 2 weeks ago. The knight was carrying a confidential document that might change the course of the conflict. People here trust you. Maybe the monks here know something?
We will find him.
One more thing. No one can know why we're looking for the knight. Thank you for your help.
How could I not help you? You're my little brother.
I knew I could.
Locked.
The cathedra. It is not for me to take that seat.
So, again, we're all God's temple.
All of us.
Because
God created us in his image.
What we have to ask ourselves is, can our St. Adolphus still protect Kingsbridge in these dark times?
He couldn't protect Prior James. Ever since that lightning struck the cathedral, he wasn't the same.
When you take over my position as sacrist, you should implore the bishop to send us a new relic. By then I'll be sub-prior. The new prior and I will support you in this.
All Kingsbridge needs is faith and hard work.
Philip of Gwynedd, I wanted to talk to you. How dare you disturb Brother Remigius' requiem?
I'm afraid the choir is waiting for me.
Stay, brother. There's no reason you shouldn't hear what Philip has to say for himself.
I was shocked by the prior's death.
We all were. Now, I'm sure at St. John's you're a good prior, but here we adhere to the rules.
Brother Andrew, have you heard about a knight in Kingsbridge?
Aside from the ones that visited for Christmas? No. If there had been... And no one stayed at our guest house.
You mentioned...
The election will be held in a few days, when we all convene for the chapter.
Let us continue this conversation.
Of course. There's a lot of planning.
we don't need to go to church for that.
No, we are the temple.
But why a church then?
Brother Ronaldus, how are you?
Huh? What?
How are you? Are you well?
Oh, Brother Philip. It's just that the dead won't stay in the ground.
What?
The dead. It's probably those badgers always digging up the graves.
Do not rebuke an older man, but encourage him, as you would a father.
What was that?
Scripture, Brother Ronaldus.
What?
All is well.
Rotten badgers. We used to eat them. Now, they're eating us.
May his soul rest in peace.
My father gave the priory a good deal of land to keep me fed. I won't eat salted fish all day.
Me neither.
Shall we go into the cellar again tonight?
Yes, Brother Marcus. You still have old Cuthbert's keys?
Indeed I do. I hid them right in the church. Stuffed them in the large crack in the wall.
I could do some crack stuffing myself.
I bet you could.
It's not the time to consult.
We should go to shiring sometime. Heard they have a big-titted harlot there. One that would even do you.
What's that supposed to mean?
Say, has there been a knight to Kingsbridge?
A knight? A knight? Yes. He's here. Right here.
Do you know who he was? How did he die?
Brother Paul found him.
Where is Paul?
Down at the bridge. Freezing his walnuts off, I reckon. He talked to him. I only put him in the ground. That's all I ever do.
Do you have any idea what the knight was doing here?
Probably tried to jump off the end of the world.
What do you mean?
There is nothing here. Kingsbridge lies at the end of the road. Nobody comes here.
This priory is so much bigger than our small... No, they said they hid the key in some crack in the church.
There was something. He's right.
Now stop it. Concentrate.
There it was again.
No talking. Now we sing.
Are you sure you heard something? Yes, I'm sure.
It was nothing. Calm down and concentrate.
Did you not hear it? I think I heard it again. Adolphus. Adolphus?
Silence!
There was something. He's right.
Now stop it. Concentrate.
There it was again. What was that?
No talking. Now we sing.
Are you sure you heard something? Yes, I'm sure.
It was nothing. Calm down and
Why cathedrals? Why do we create temples if we are the temple?
Brothers, have you...
The Earl of Shiring was here, and some of his knights.
And
it would have been alone.
I don't...
If someone had come to...
Brother Paul...
I see. I shouldn't get others involved before I've found the key.
Isn't it almost arrogant to try and build a greater temple?
Brother Paul?
Philip.
What's wrong with your foot, Brother Paul?
Oh, just a chilblain. It will ease when the...
You should have a fire.
It's all right. It's not...
Don't take it lightly. Many will die this winter for lack of food.
Remigius thinks the Lord is testing us. Only the sin...
No, the poor perish, and those that he has...
Don't say anything to Remigius, will you? If he thinks I've been complaining...
Have you heard about a knight in Kingsbridge?
A knight? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yes. He was just a mile away from the prior. He must have fallen from his horse.
Where is he now?
He died.
Did he have a name? Did he say anything?
He could not speak. I held his hand and prayed with him while he died.
Did the knight have anything with him?
There was a letter. I gave it to Prior James. Remigius will probably burn it with the rest of James's papers, except for his Bible.
What? The new prior will need those documents?
Sometimes I wonder if it was a few days later. Prior James fell through the ice. Right here. Philip, maybe I brought a curse on...
For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you. Have faith in the Lord, Brother Paul. You did well.
Thank you, Philip.
Philip!
Brother Milius.
Come. Warm yourself by the oven.
Is that Philip? Tell him to warm himself by the oven.
Thank you, Brother Cuthbert. Ah, wonderful.
I always put some extra stones on the stove to warm up water. Put one in your pocket, and you'll keep warm.
Oh? Ouch!
Careful, they're hot.
Brother Cuthbert.
Ah, we were waiting for you. I hope you brought some of that wonderful cheese you make at St. John's.
I gave it to one of your novices.
Why would you do that?
He said it's not easy doing the Lord's work when you're hungry.
Greedy brother Marcus.
You are too trusting, Philip.
Brother Cuthbert, you seem worried.
Prior James was a kind man, but the priory is in a terrible state.
Philip knows. He was just too kind to say anything.
Yes, I know. I wanted to use my New Year's visit to talk with Prior James about these matters.
We should be rich. The priory has much land and collects from many parish churches. But we are in debt. Our novices steal from us, Philip.
The novices are stealing?
Yes, someone took my keys. Remigius blames me for losing them. But someone used them to steal food from the cellar more than once. Today I found something missing again.
I'm looking for a document that was given to Prior James.
It's probably in the prior's room.
Let us continue in...
Of course.
I shouldn't get others involved before I've found it. Milius, why do you keep a beautiful pot like this around?
Oh, it reminds me that we should strive for order and beauty. I started collecting some seeds and nuts because I wanted to start a new garden.
A good idea.
I never got around to collecting more, though. If you find some, let me know.
Hard at work, as usual, Milius?
I have to serve salt fish 6 times a week now.
We hear you have fresh fish every day at your cell in the forest.
Every other day, we even have poultry.
You have done wonderful work at St. John's, Philip. We, on the other hand, had a weak prior for 13 years. May the Lord rest his soul. What you worked hard for at St. John's is wasted here in the mother house.
After the election, the new prior ought to put things right.
Remigius? Put things right? He's about to burn all the books and documents in the prior's room, including the priory's ledgers.
Remigius says James asked for everything to be burnt after his death, except for his Bible.
So I've heard. Without the ledgers, the priory's finances will be beyond saving. Was no one else nominated?
Only Cuthbert.
I refuse. I'm too old.
No one else dares to follow in Prior James's footsteps. Not since he began talking to the devil.
What?
One day he started talking to the devil, as if they were standing side by side. He was bargaining with the devil for his soul, whispering about his sins.
His sins? Did you see a knight in Kingsbridge?
You mean, aside from the nobles attending the Christmas service? No, I don't remember any knights visiting us.
Prior James had a document I would like to see.
It's probably amongst the things that Remigius...
Oh, no.
He's in the prior's room.
We'll talk more later. Nice and warm, and I didn't burn my hands, Milius.
I knew you could do it.
It's still warm enough.
I think I heard it again. Adolphus.
You seem troubled, brother.
They won't sing. It's Adolphus. There was nothing, believe me.
I heard him crying.
I think I heard him too.
No.
It sounded like a whip, like he was chastising himself.
It's the end of days.
Brother Philip, please help me. Prove to them that there is no...
Adolphus?
No, they said they hid the key in some crack in the church.
There, I heard it.
Philip, have you found something yet?
Not yet.
No, I heard it, I'm sure.
Don't say that.
Why not?
Brother Andrew.
What is it?
I'm looking for a document.
How does that relate?
It feeds us.
We are people of God. Yet we need to eat too.
We come together here. The pilgrims donate. So do the nobles.
I see. A temple to feed the temple.
Yes.
We must take good care of us. And our cathedral.
We must.
Here, Paul.
Oh. Ouch! Oh. A hot stone! Ah. It's a mercy, Philip. Thank you.
Remigius should give you a fire, or not have you sit here at all.
I don't really mind. Philip, if you ever run into trouble with Remigius, be careful to answer him. Do not stay silent.
Silent?
Nothing makes him angrier than someone who doesn't answer. He becomes weak and defensive. It's not fitting for a sub-prior, let alone prior.
The shape of these stones is always proof to me that the Lord has created all this, as are the shapes of leaves and snail shells. God has made them and has made them well.
I asked not to be disturbed.
Brother Remigius, I'm sorry I interrupted your service.
You mean Prior James's service?
Quite so. I heard he fell through the ice. Horrible.
Yes. I was the one who found his rosary by the river. Now let me continue my work.
Brother Marcus stole Cuthbert's keys.
Brother Marcus. I will deal with him. You were right to report this to me. Theft is something we cannot take lightly.
I would like to take a look at Prior James's documents.
And why is that, Brother Philip?
Well, our little cell has given much to the Mother House. I would...
So you do not trust us, Philip?
The state of...
The state of this priory is the...
I still would like to see...
They will be burned tonight.
I heard about that.
It was Prior James's last wish. I'm following.
But the new prior will be lost without the ledgers and contract.
After the election, I'll be the new...
For now, you are not. Only the chapter meeting can decide on these matters.
Of course. Brother Andrew will surely understand why you would...
About the keys that were stolen by Brother...
I will deal with him.
Why would Prior James walk out onto the river at night?
He was chased.
Chased? But why would the devil...
Better to not get involved. Don't you have your own priory cell to run?
You really believe...
Some of the brothers do, and I respect. You may never know what happened, and that's that. Now let me get back to my work.
About the chapter meeting.
Oh, talk to Brother Andrew. He will be just as pleased as me to have you around. Now leave.
I should talk to Andrew's sacristans. No, they said they hid the key in some crack in the church. The letter is not around here. Brother Remid...
It's getting cold. When will these novices learn to close the door?
Milius, may I...
You look like you... I'll be here.
You keep everything nice and tidy around here.
It's not easy. This morning one of my ladles broke. That's never a good sign. Everything is falling apart.
Brother Cuthbert.
Philip.
I will leave you to...
I...
No talking. Now we sing.
Are you sure you heard something? Yes, I'm sure.
The novice said he hid the keys in here. Calm down and
They're here.
This brother Mark.
Did you not hear it?
No, I'll stay down. I'm not good with...
I think I...
Let's see what we can find. No reason to be afraid. Nothing. These old cathedrals. Thought so. Nothing. Even if it is Adolphus, we would have to welcome him. Nothing here. The saint rests in... God will bring with him those who have... Hello? Go! What is that? What is that? Hello? Go! An owl. The choir will be relieved to know that. The brothers did hear something after all.
There, I heard it.
There is no need to worry, brothers. Adolphus is resting in peace. It was just an owl.
I told you it was nothing.
God bless you, Brother Philip.
I knew I heard something.
Now, be silent, concentrate, and...
We can't allow Prior James's books to be burned.
That, Philip, was Prior James's wish.
This priory is in debt. And without the ledgers and documents, that will never change. Besides, the wisdom in his books is priceless.
It is not up to you to make decisions in this priory, Brother Philip.
Silence! Your self-indulgence is inexcusable. If you don't see why this priory needs those ledgers, you are a poor choice as a sub-prior.
Oh.
My one and only concern is the well-being of Kingsbridge.
If that is true, I won't stand in your way to argue your case in front of the chapter meeting. When I'm done here, I will tell all the monks to come to the chapter house.
Would it help if I went and told some of them?
Feel free to do that. But I insist that the choir finishes practicing before we start. They're already behind schedule.
There will be a chapter meeting in a few minutes.
Oh, yes? We will be there.
Thank you.
Thank you for your help.
How could I not help you?
I knew I could rely.
The letter is probably in the prior's room, but the sub-prior is going to burn.
What? We cannot allow that to happen.
Of course not. The sacrist agreed to a meeting today. That way I might be able to get the letter you were looking for.
Good thinking, Philip. I will attend.
Brother Andrew has arranged a meeting.
Yes, please go ahead. We will be there.
Brother Arnaldus. There's a chapter meeting today.
Today, I'll be there. Wouldn't miss that.
A waste of time. The letter is not around here.
What is it? Can you not see that I'm working?
There will be a chapter meeting soon.
Ah, thank you for... Remember my advice about...
There will be a chapter meeting today.
You convinced Andrew? Miracles do happen. We will be there. You have our support.
There will be a chapter meeting.
Excellent. I can't wait to see you and Remigius quarrel.
Brother Cuthbert?
Do not worry. We are on yours.
The choir has finished singing. The cantor should find time. Are you ready for the chapter? If you have any other business to take care of, the meeting could take a long time.
The chapter meeting is more important. And this is why Prior James's wish must not be honoured. Kingsbridge Priory would be beyond saving without financial records.
I think we have all understood the reason for your concern, Brother Philip. But before we come to a decision, let us hear other voices of concern.
I would like to know why you would doubt the wisdom in Prior James's decision.
Maybe you didn't know him as well as we did, Philip. I can say I knew him well. We all here knew him. So did you know him.
How wise was Prior James, really?
Philip, you are going too far. I will tell...
Brothers,
let him speak.
Brothers, please, let's hear what he has to say.
Philip speak.
Oh, heavens. He has a tendency to do that. He lost his temper with me as well.
And with me. Will you lose your temper again now, Philip?
Well, I'm about to.
Shush, Milius.
I owe James much. He was the one who asked me to take care of St. John in the Forest.
One of the most prosperous cells in all of Shiring, if not England.
It was a wise decision, then.
But his last wish was not. Well, was it? What are you waiting for? Answer me. What are you trying to achieve with your silence? You waste our time.
Prior James was a troubled man.
Yes. He left the priory in the dead of night.
God was testing Prior James.
I say the devil chased him. Do you doubt that? Do you doubt that, Philip? Surely you must have an answer. I know because Prior James confided in me. Your silence is offensive. You came to talk, so talk.
Prior James will face judgment. It is between him and God.
The novices would be better advised not to speak up.
Philip is a good man. He was the only one to say I should have a fire.
But did he do anything besides talk?
Yes, he brought me a hot stone.
That's our Philip.
Philip, you've been holding your tongue. Maybe you think you have already convinced everyone here. But why don't you tell us the real reason you have come before us? You not only came to save these books, you have another motivation, do you not? We deserve the truth. What are your true intentions?
Let me answer.
Don't speak for him. He hasn't answered any of my questions.
Look around you. This priory is in a sorry state. Please vote to save the prior's documents from the fire. It's the only way to help this priory.
I say we leave the decision not up to a vote, but to Remigius.
That is against the rules.
Is it? He will be our new prior in a few days. Cuthbert declined, do you not remember?
I remember well. And I say no one in Kingsbridge is better suited for prior than Remigius.
Well, thank you, brother.
That's true.
Hear, hear.
I wonder why Cuthbert declined.
Surely not.
That said, there is someone not from our priory, someone better suited. I nominate Philip of Gwynedd to be the new prior of Kingsbridge.
I
disagree with that.
That's
yes,
why you're
obviously.
here.
Excellent choice.
No.
What about Remigius?
That's surprising.
Great
Prior
idea.
Philip.
Brother Philip, do you accept the nomination?
Thank you for your kind offer, but we would not want to impose on you, Brother Remigius.
Oh, but I insist. I will help you.
No, you really must not. We will see you later. Thank you. We don't have much time. Evening Mass will begin soon.
Should I not have accepted the nomination?
You've never been good at saying no. And Milius is right. Kingsbridge needs you.
What about St. John's?
I will ride there tomorrow. I will let them know you will be staying in Kingsbridge for a few days. Thanks to you, these documents and books will not be burned. Now, we have to find that letter.
You truly think the letter can help prevent a war?
If the message says what I think it says, then yes, I do. Now, let us look for the letter.
Francis, I think I've...
In the Bible?
Revelations, the Apocalypse of St. John. And they called to the mountains and rocks, "Fall on us and hide us from the face of him who is seated on the throne, and from the wrath of the Lamb. For the great day of their wrath has come, and who can stand?" The Lamb? What was James afraid of? Was it this letter?
No, the letter is still sealed. Break the seal. Oh, this is it. You found it.
The Earl of Shiring is about to start a war.
Yes. He's made contact with my own master, Earl Robert of Gloucester.
Who is this King Stephen that has taken the throne?
A nephew of King Henry. Do you ever think of the day our parents died?
Francis, you know I don't like to talk of that.
I know. It's the church suffered under his rule as much as we did in Wales. Philip, you have to show this letter.
The Bishop of Kingsbridge? Why?
Our late King Henry was opposed to Rome's King Stephen, on the other hand.
You want the bishop?
I want a king who supports the church. I want these dark times to end. I want to stop the Earl of Shiring from starting a war. He could say, my lord the Earl of Gloucester can never, you must not.
I have already lied for you. I will not do it again.
Lied? You didn't say a word, even when Remigius insisted.
I lied. I told everyone I just wanted to...
Not mentioning the letter was an act of diplomacy.
I'm not like... I must... I cannot and will...
I understand. I will ride to St. John's and tell your monks you will stay in Kingsbridge until the election. And then...
Yes.
My name is Jack. For a long time, it was the only name I had known. I was born and raised in a cave by my mother. We were used to getting by, but that year the winter had been harsh. I was proud to have killed my first deer that day. And while waiting for Mother to help me cure it, I decided to practice my reading.
The Lord and King of all France, Charles the Great, has spent 7 long years fighting. He has conquered the highlands and the plain. Before him not a single fort remains. Before him, not a single thought remains.
Afternoon was approaching fast, and Mother still hadn't returned. So, if I wanted to cure the meat, I had to do it on my own. Else it would all go to waste.
There he is. Charles the Great, the protector of my town. You're coming with me. I can't eat it raw. I need to cure it. Meat goes bad fast. Good. It's warmer. I can't eat it raw. I need to cure it. He deserves a worthier enemy. No, it might get dirty. No. He deserves a worthier... I'd rather not. Hell, you Saracens. Feel the wrath. Huh? What's that? I'd rather not. It was hit by... That was no animal.
Good. He hasn't seen you. Who is he? A whip. That's what he is. A whip. That means he's someone bad. I told you about people like him, remember? Is he a monk? He is. Although not an ordinary one. Maybe an official for someone important. I don't like this one bit. He looks nice though. He's smiling. Listen, Cub. I am sorry. I know there's so much you want to know about the world out there, but for now, we must stay hidden. And never trust a man of God. Least of all his compassion. You'll either end up in a monastery or at the gallows. Get down.
Easy now, it's just someone little. No need to be afraid.
I'm going to follow him. You go home and wait for me, little cub.
Mother? What's that mound over there? I should take a look.
Don't move. Bloody outlaw. Where's the baby? Did you eat it?
I don't have the babe.
Right. What's this?
Give it back.
What do you want with this? You can't read.
Leave the boy be, Alfred.
He took the baby. I saw him take Mother's cloak. He's the only one around. Who else would have taken it?
Wolves.
A monk took it.
A monk?
Yes, on a horse.
Is that true? Where did he go?
He should take us there.
Leave him alone. He's just a boy.
What is your name, boy?
Jack.
Do you live in these woods, Jack? Then you know this place better than us. Please. I don't know why I left the child. I thought I couldn't take care of him alone, but I cannot leave him to die either. I have to know if he's all right. Will you help us? You're a good lad.
If you want your silly book back, you better keep your word.
For now, I had no choice. The girl was sobbing, while her father remained tense but quiet. The boy kept on pushing me. The monk had crossed a small stream, or he had followed its course north, which would have led him towards the next village. Either way, the tracks ended at a riverbed as evening was fast approaching. By now, the girl's sobs had ceased, as she had fallen asleep on her father's shoulders. The water was icy, and it hurt. At one point, the boy slipped and fell. I considered. He slapped my hand away and pushed himself up. When we reached the bank, he was drenched.
What is it?
He got us lost.
Did you?
Papa, I'm tired.
That's all right. Come on, up on my shoulders you go.
No, I'm too heavy, and you're too tired anyway. I will remain.
You should all get some rest. Alfred, stay here with them while I take a look ahead.
No!
I won't be far, dear. Besides, you can do me a favour while I'm gone. Have an eye on the lads and make sure they get some sleep.
All right.
See? You are steadfast.
You stay where I can see you while my sister rests. And no tricks.
He deserves a worthy... He deserves...
Huh? What is it? I don't like you. Tell me, why do you care about your book so much? Wait, where is it? You sneaky...
You took it first.
You're an animal.
The Lord and King of all France, Charles the Great, has spent 7 long years fighting in Spain. He has conquered the highlands and the plain. Before him, not a single fort remains.
What are you rambling on about?
It's from the book.
How do you know this? You're an animal.
Can't you read?
Hey, you see that? Over there in the fog. There is something there. What is it?
A deer. It broke through the ice and died.
Children! Martha, wake up, dear.
Who's she?
We met in the forest. I'm Jack's... Come here, Jack.
Did you find him?
Yes, dear, we did.
The baby is safe. The monk brought it to a small cell not far...
But we won't go there now. Ellen offered us shelter for tonight.
I have. Follow me.
If I'd known you lived this close, my Agnes might have been saved.
When a woman is bleeding inside, it either stops or it doesn't. All you can do is keep her warm, and you did that. I'm sorry, but the living must take care of the living. Jack, give the children some soup, will you? Will you be able to get work soon?
Hard to say. People don't usually hire a new master builder in winter. Too cold for stirring water. Sometimes you get
Jack.
lucky, but not this year. Some time ago, I had work in Exeter. They offered me the post of... They would have kept me.
What happened?
I refused. All I cared about was working on a cathedral again.
You can do better than to build churches.
Well, I worked on one once. That was good work. I won't ramble on now. But if you ask Martha, she'll tell you everything about it.
Jack, when there are strangers, we give them food first.
Why?
Because it is a gentle thing to do. You know, a man like you should not beat himself so hard.
No. No, there is no excuse for it.
Women die in labor. Men abandon their children all the time. It is rare that they return.
Is that what happened to you and your son?
No. That is an altogether different story. One I haven't even told Jack yet. All I can say is, I raised him alone in this cave, outside of town law. Just us and the forest.
How do you get by?
We hunt, we gather. It works well enough for us two to survive. We almost would have had meat today too. But it started to rot before we could cure it.
Eat well, children. We'll need your strength.
And so do you, Master Builder. Go on, tuck in.
I will. Thank you. Well, they're asleep now. So, what is it?
I told you that the monk had taken the baby to a small cell nearby. It's true, but I advise you to stay away from there.
What? Why?
Because you abandoned it. That counts as murder.
Then I have to steal him. I have to own up to what I've done. I have to take back my son.
Think for a moment. You have been out of work since summer. A baby needs a lot of care. More than your other children. How will you feed him?
But what am I to do then? Live like you? I don't know a thing about hunting. I'm a mason. Even in a castle I'm more at home than here.
Leave the baby with the monks. He'd be warm and fed. You wouldn't have to carry him while you look for work. And when you do find something, you can come back and fetch him.
I don't know. Since Agnes died, I don't know anything anymore.
You're a good man, Tom Builder. You're kind and gentle and strong. You will do the right thing. You also don't have to go through this alone, you know. Jack and I will have to leave this place soon. The winter is too cruel, and we might not survive if we stayed. We could all travel together.
I don't know. I have my hands full with my children already.
I can help you take care of them. If you promise to teach my son how to get along in the world of men. We may be strangers now, but we would be at each other's side, helping out however we can.
The living must take care of the living.
Yes.
That night I dreamed of a strange world. There were small castles, dead deer, and a giant called Tom. In that dream I was happy. I tightly held my mother's hand, watching the kind giant and learning his mysterious ways.
Did you pack enough food? I don't want you to starve, Alfred.
You mean those rock-hard nuts? Yeah, I took some.
Anyone seen Martha?
She said she had to piss.
All right. I'll go get her.
You're a mason too, right?
Uh-huh.
So, what have you built so far? I'm sure Jack would love to hear about your work.
Houses. I mostly carve rocks. I haven't built much yet.
That must be hard work.
Right.
Tell me, how are you getting along?
Fine.
You know, you don't have to be afraid of me.
I'm not afraid. I think I'll go and look for Tom.
Don't worry. I'm sure we'll get along.
Ugh. Even the good ones are starting to taste bad. They're looking for you.
I don't want to leave. It's so dangerous out there. I don't want to get robbed again.
Tom will beat them up.
But since Mama died, he seems so weak. Papa usually protects me, but he can't always be around. He needs to take care of himself too.
I will always be around.
That's not your job. You should look after yourself and your mother first. And I want to stay here where it's safe.
This knight is Charles the Great. He will protect you.
Oh. Am I his princess?
You are. Together you are brave and smart and will never give up.
All right. I have to stay steadfast. Thank you, Jack.
Martha! Where are you?
Come on. We're going on a great quest.
On our way, I told Martha the names of my trees. There was the birch, Jerusalem, and the oaks, Alexandria and Byzantium. When I pointed out Rome, she laughed and named an apple tree Southampton.
The farther we walked, the merrier she became, christening all the new trees Winchester, Bath, Salisbury, while I grew quieter and quieter. Finally, we arrived at a large road. This heads towards Shiring, Tom said. By noon, we had reached the edge of town. Mother gave us some dry prunes to chew while she argued with Tom whether we should head directly to town or past the palace of the so-called bishop. Tom was hopeful to find work at the palace, but Mother seemed uneasy. As we approached the building, Tom noticed the cold in Mother's eyes. Although she had agreed to accompany him to the bishop, she had remained quiet about her true feelings, while Tom didn't see it fit to ask. A servant to the Bishop of Shiring agreed to talk to Tom. He was hesitant, but not unwilling to hire a master builder for the winter. His expression changed, though, when he noticed Mother and me. "I am sorry," he said, not unkindly. "Maybe the Earl of Shiring will hire you. His castle is nearby, and I heard he may be in dire need of people like you."
You don't know me. You're misjudging whatever it is I did. I'm willing to forgive your mistake if you accept my offer now.
This is all about family honor to you, isn't it? Perhaps I should tell you about my mother. She was a happy person who loved to laugh and tell stories, but father made her miserable. Oh, he's not a bad man, but solemn and strict. She hated him so much she died from it.
Are you saying you don't like me?
You're so self-centered. You never think about anyone else's feelings. You have no refinement, and you can barely read. What were you expecting?
One day you will see that you are wrong, and then I won't be so forgiving.
All right. Let's hope it's true and the Earl needs us.
Yeah, I'm starving.
Alfred, keep an eye out. I'll be right back. And boys, try to get along.
An eye out for what?
Papa wants him to look for things that are broken.
Some people don't know they need a mason until you show them.
Papa could fix their walls or build a house.
One man can build an entire house? I want to see.
Learn what you can, but don't stray too far.
Ugh. Why won't anyone just give me something to eat?
Jack, be careful. Don't get too close.
Hello, Jack. Have you ever been to a castle before?
No.
Castles are very safe places. People don't rob you.
Mother told me stories about castles, about night.
Oh, like what? I know that one. Jack, do you think there's a princess in this castle? It would be so nice to see a real...
Stay sharp, Jack. People are rarely what they seem. See that knight over there? What does he look like to you?
He looks like a duck.
Ducks fly away when they don't like you. Maybe he will too. Or he will smash your skull with his club. Just because we are out of the forest, that doesn't mean there are no wolves about.
Hey, boy, come here. Say, what do you think about Tom?
He's big.
Well, let me tell you something. He may seem nice, but he really doesn't care about anyone but himself. Whatever you do, he doesn't care. He'll just drag you into his own misery. So take my advice. That's all.
Alfred doesn't like your father.
What? Oh, maybe if Papa knew that, he could do something about it. He doesn't talk to Alfred that much.
Alfred thinks Tom doesn't listen to anyone.
He should tell him then.
But how can he, if Tom won't listen?
Well, if Alfred is angry at his father, he must make him listen.
That little rat.
If you keep your feelings secret, Alfred, nothing will change.
I can't believe the Earl allowed his daughter to refuse him. How scandalous.
Well, William Hamley is an idiot. I wouldn't marry him either. She deserves someone better. Such a very bright and charming girl.
No, she's an arrogant one, just like her father.
Don't see that. It's not arrogance. It's nobility. You have to be like that if you want people to respect you.
I agree.
Hello, my
She
name
will
is
be
Jack.
fine. It's the Earl's son I'm more worried about. To think that coward is set to be next in line.
At least he knows how to order people around.
Right. What a brat.
They wouldn't know. Are you knights?
We are? Why, you want to be like us?
Like you?
Tell you what, snatch us some food from the keep, and we might train you.
Very good. That should be a...
What is it, boy? You just want to stand there and stare? All right, then. Let's see what you've got. You're good. Could kill a boar with that stare. Pierce it like an arrow. Ever tried that, boy? Stare a boar to death?
No, but I can kill a deer with a rock.
You know what had happened to a boy who claimed he'd killed a deer?
Only the king is allowed to, right?
Aye, or the queen for that matter. Whoever has their arse on the bloody throne end of summer. Used to be that anyone could hunt, but these are proper times now. Decent and orderly. At least when it comes to butchering deer, that is.
Are you a knight?
I'll be damned if I wasn't. Would have risked my life for nothing if all I was supposed to do was bake bread. Be warned, lad. Get a job that pays. Not one where you have to pay for a new horse every time someone kicks your arse. Being a knight costs you, especially when you're also a drunkard. Damn, if only I'd known.
Will you be fighting soon?
Why are you asking? All right, let me tell you a secret. Can you keep a secret? What color is your shite, boy?
Brown.
Nice. Mine's grey, like ash. But that's a secret, isn't it? For my shite's color is neither your nor anyone else's business. So you'd better keep that to yourself. Got it?
Will you be fighting soon?
Still need to know if you can keep a secret, boy. What's my shite's color again?
Grey, like ash.
Let's try that again. What's my shite's color?
Brown.
Nice. Mine's grey, like ash. But that's a secret, isn't it? For my shite's color is neither your nor anyone else's business. So you'd better keep that to yourself. Got it?
Will you be fighting?
Still need... What's mine? Excellent. Looks like you can keep your mouth shut after all. You want to be in on the real deal now? Then just say the words. What's your bloody secret, Catface?
What's your bloody secret, Catface?
Well put, boy. Well put. But bloody it is. We are all going to fight soon. It's for a thing called loyalty. See, all these knights are loyal to one man, and he is loyal to and he then is loyal to yet another, a woman, who is the rightful queen. For some here, loyalty's all about coin and favors and power. But from going to hell together with confidence and trust, So, you understood my little secret? Good.
Do you need a mason?
Me? Well, these battlements could use a fresh stone or two, but apart from that, I don't know a bloody thing about building. All I care about is a good sturdy wall and some hot tar to keep my enemies warm. And that reminds me of a story. You want to hear a story? Well, you see, I'm not just one for a good solid tarring. But back in my day, I was also quite the stealthy bastard, if I may say so. So this one time, me and my men lay siege to this castle. While both sides rested for the night, I took my crowbar and swam over to the enemy. There was this piece of wall where the mortar had gone away, and one could easily look through the holes into their courtyard. So what did I do? I smoothly tore a hole with my crowbar and snuck inside. Then, what you want to do is hit them where it really hurts. That's not always the groin. In this case, it was their old well barely standing up. So, one kick, and all its rocks tumbled and covered the hole. From then on, they were without water. The shortest siege in the history of sieges. And not one man died. All because I had an eye on the wall and made good use of that well.
That's what knights do?
Knights do a lot of things, lad.
How did you end that siege again?
I looked for a wall where the mortar was gone. I kicked in their ramshackle well. Easy.
Huh.
What a strange boy.
Watch your step, you little twit.
Don't mind him, boy. That's just William Hamley. He was hoping for a princess, but all he got was a boot.
What's he doing?
His dignity, perhaps.
Look, you strike me as an honest worker, but we have a right who does all the repairs for us.
Then something else, maybe? I heard rumours that there's all kinds of work here.
Well, unfortunately, it's not builders we're looking for. Actually, it's quite the opposite.
I understand. Thank you for your consideration. Walk with me, boy.
I'd rather not.
I'm sorry, boy. The Lady Aliena won't see any visitors today.
Lady Aliena?
A charming young woman. She lives on top of the keep.
Like a princess?
Well, no. Although, I suppose she would make a splendid queen indeed. For now, she is just the Earl of Shiring's daughter, and quite good at her.
I want to see the lady.
My, you are just as rude as her previous visitor, aren't you? All want but no manners.
Can I see her?
May I see her?
May I?
As I said already, she won't at least not any scoundrels. Not after that Hamley boy tried to propose to her. Again. She'd rather enjoy some quiet than another wide-eyed piglet who thinks himself a minstrel. Now, don't start singing, please.
May I see the lady?
I told you she'd prefer someone a little more pleasant.
Hamley?
Yes, Percy Hamley's son, William. Now, off you go. And farewell to you.
We have followers all over the south of England.
Of course. You're the Earl, after all.
A title doesn't guarantee anything, my son.
I don't... Is that why you sent all those letters?
We only know what's happening in the south, but Earl Robert is in the west.
Together we control the entire southwest.
Not all of it, but we have messengers in place to keep us informed about everything. Now, be quiet for a moment.
Alfred is angry at Tom.
That's a pity. My advice would be to hire an intermediary to freshen the negotiations. But then again, what do I know about the random babblings of an annoying little boy? If you want something, talk to me.
May I see the lady?
She'd prefer someone.
So, have you heard about anyone else who might need a mason?
I wonder what people think about the princess.
Last summer they were building at the monastery in Shaftesbury, but they might be finished now.
Come on, bring us. The keep is right up there.
I've been to Shaftesbury. Already too many.
No. The Earl is busy.
Stop right there.
I'm sorry, boy. The Lady Alliane.
They wouldn't know.
Huh?
There's a princess in that tower.
You mean Lady Aliena? Right.
Alfred is angry.
What? Why?
He says you're selfish and don't care about him.
Thank you for telling me, Jack. I will talk to him later. Even a fool can see these buildings need work. If the Earl's not worrying about his stalls and his kitchens, it might be something else.
Did you know there's a princess living here?
Well, I heard the Earl has a daughter, but that's about...
What do you need work for?
It pays. It buys shelter and clothing and we don't have to starve. Not everyone can live in a forest, boy.
No?
No. People need to be around people. And for that, things have to be set in stone. Like the laws in towns, or rents, or wages. If everyone did whatever they liked, things would get very bad.
Can't you work somewhere else?
Not if we want to eat tonight.
They refused you.
Well, just because work rarely falls into one's lap, that doesn't mean there is none. I'll give this place a look over while you tell your mother to be patient.
What are you looking for?
Something to convince the Earl that keeping things the way they are won't do. Could be something small, like washed out mortar or a loose column. Yeah, I need to see the hole before I can carve the rock. I'm going to talk to some people, and if you see...
This should impress the knights. I found this in the keep's kitchen. Can you teach me how to be a knight now?
Shit. Oh no. You shit. You can't just steal from the Earl.
We were messing with you, lad. Just messing.
Put that thing away, quick. Let's pretend we didn't see it.
Is anything broken here?
Well, these battlements could use a fresh stone or two, but apart from that...
Is anything broken here?
My nose, I guess, and a few of my ribs.
Apart from that, we're fine.
I don't know. Tom wouldn't find work here. Is anything broken here? They're not talking to me.
Wow! Your mother just gave me some nuts, though. Maybe...
Where did you get that?
Just eating.
I can see we're good.
There is one.
What?
There is a princess.
Oh, show me!
My lady,
Yes, Matthew?
there are 2 children downstairs, desperately wanting to see you.
Children?
A rather cheerful little girl, and an annoying...
Well, considering that it is my role to tend to my father's guests.
Your father let you renounce a wedding. I'm sure he wouldn't mind if you declined this as well.
But a cheerful little girl?
And an annoying boy.
We will get along. You may bring them up. Oh, it's you. I noticed you and your parents from my window. What can I do for you? You're quite shy, aren't you? Would you like something to eat?
But they won't serve food yet.
They do what I tell them. I will have Matthew get you some bread.
Yes, please. Where's your mother?
My mother died.
Aren't you sad?
I was, but that was a long time ago. My brother Richard can't even remember her.
My mother's dead too.
When did she die?
Last week.
Oh. Who's that woman with you then?
That's my mother.
And where's your father?
I never had a father.
Where did you come from then?
From my mother. All young things come from their mothers. What have...
I think you should have a word with your mother. Come on, I want to show you something. Have you ever been up this high before?
No. Wow. All the people look so small. Like little mice. You must be up here every day.
I used to, but nowadays I try to hold myself back.
Why?
We are about to make some great enemies. If our first assault fails, they may want to lay siege to our castle, so I will have to get used to staying up here for a long while. I suppose this view will bore me soon enough. Till then, I'm trying to keep it special.
And you're sharing it with us. I don't think that I'd ever get bored by this.
Come on, let's go back down. Matthew will take you to your parents.
How did it go?
Oh, she was so... Don't you agree, Jack?
Tom wouldn't find work here. The Lady Aliena thinks there will be an attack.
Here, go find Tom and tell him.
No, I should tell nobody. The well is in bad repair.
It is? Yeah, very good, Jack. That's one thing the Earl needs to get fixed for. Anything else?
There is a wall without mortar.
If that's true, you have a very keen eye. Now, see if you can spot one more area of damage. Even better, keep an ear out for gossip about the Earl. If we can figure out what kind of man he is, we might learn what's important to him.
Lady Aliena.
An attack? So the Earl... That's very helpful now.
I told you, the Earl is busy.
Boy, do us a favour.
There are too many fully grown bastards out there already.
Hard to tell where to stick your sword first.
Is anything broken here?
My nose.
Apart.
This isn't broken, is it? This looks good to me. Tom wouldn't find work here. I don't know.
Huh?
Is anything broken here?
Well, these battlements could use a fresh stone or two, but apart from that...
You there! What do you want? My father and I have important business, so go play in the...
If you want something, if you don't...
I won't say it again. Sod off!
I wish I was like her.
Have you found Tom?
He's still trying to get work.
Then you should go back to him and learn how he succeeds.
What if he fails?
Something...
What is it, boy?
You can build castles?
Well, if I have the money and the people, yeah. Maybe one day I'll show you how it's done.
The battlements are broken.
I noticed that already. Well, that should do for now. Now, stay sharp. You did a very good job, son. Now, come along. You deserve to see if it works.
Look, I'd like to give you work, but we don't need...
I just hope you're not expecting a siege soon.
Why do you say that?
Your defences are in bad repair.
Be specific, man.
The mortar in your walls has come away in places. This leaves an opening for a crowbar, and once there's a hole, it's easy to pull the entire wall down.
Anything else?
Yeah. The keep has an undercroft with a wooden door. If I were attacking the keep, I'd go through that door and start a fire in the stores.
And if you were the Earl, how would you prevent that?
I'd have a pile of stone ready shaped and a supply of sand and lime for mortar. And a mason standing by ready to block up that doorway in times of danger.
Matthew, may I have a word with you?
Well, we have a home. For now. Is that all right for you all?
Of course.
Alfred?
Why are you asking me?
Because you're a builder. I think you have a say in it too.
It's fine with me.
Grab your things, everyone, and follow me. It's time we put a roof over our heads.
And thus Tom Builder had finally found work. Little did we know then that it wouldn't last for long.
It's good you sent your brother to tell your flock in St. John's about your nomination. If you'd gone yourself, they might not have let you leave again.
There is a good chance I will return to St. John's after the election today.
Why so pessimistic?
Many of the brothers still want Remigius to become prior.
Philip.
Yes?
There was an incident with one of our novices.
What kind of incident?
Remigius caned him. He was bleeding all over.
He could barely walk, but walk he did. We called out for him, but he did not turn around. He never looked back.
He ran away?
He is not the first. And it wasn't the first time Brother Marcus was punished either.
Brother Marcus?
Yes, he stole my keys and food. You reported him to Remigius.
I did, but he is practically a child.
Remigius really goes too far.
Last year, he hit a novice. The poor soul became deaf in one ear.
Tell me, Philip, what will be the first thing that you do when you're elected?
We must become self-sufficient and pay off our debts.
Yes, we must.
It will take years of hard work.
You just keep doing what you have always done, Milius. And we will teach the brothers out there to do the same.
You cannot go in there.
What was that?
Who are these people?
Hey!
Step back. Step back, I say.
What is going on out there?
Soldiers?
Did they start a war again?
Philip!
Those
It's Francis.
fools.
They have Francis.
Francis. What is happening here?
Return to your brothers, monk.
You have no right to be here.
Stand back. You cannot pass here.
They won't let us through. I tried.
What is going on here?
They said they're looking for someone.
They were questioning some of our brothers.
I am telling you, it was the bishop. You fool! I would have been...
What's your name? It would be easier for us all if you just kept...
What about the child? Is it yours?
Francis.
Like it or not, you'll be coming with us.
We were looking for
It's
you.
not the time to consult scripture.
You must be mistaken.
We got your description.
What are you doing here? And who is that?
I found him. In the woods.
Hey!
Hey! We fed him goat's milk in St. John's. Johnny Eightpence did. He says he misses you.
He was always very sentimental.
Hey!
Philip, you must not tell these men my name. My Lord Robert of Gloucester believes me to be in Winchester. The bishop received the letter from me anonymously.
These men are with the bishop. He is here in Kingsbridge.
The bishop has come for us. May God have mercy on us. You were right. I shouldn't have got us involved.
Hey, you two. You should listen when you're spoken to. Who are you? What about the child?
Did you make it? Did you two do it and make a little baby? By God, you look so funny. Oh, come on, let me hold him.
A name, or both of your names. Come on, you two.
The child is under my protection.
Oh, is it now?
Good for you, monk. What's your name? And don't pretend you can't talk, because I'm sick of listening to you.
I am Philip. Philip of Gwynedd.
It's him we're looking for, not the other one.
Monks, they all look alike.
We were looking for you. Bishop Wailerun wants to see you.
Oh.
We found him. He's here. Tell the bishop.
They found the monk. The bishop. Tell the bishop.
Go on, monk. We'll all keep an eye on you.
You will be safe.
He's expecting you.
That's him! That's the monk!
We're in, Tell the bishop! I thought he would at least be taller than me.
What is going on here, Philip?
I don't know.
He's expecting you.
Philip of Gwynedd. Come closer. We were looking for you.
The Right Reverend Bishop Wailerun Bygod.
I hear you've done good work at that little cell in the forest.
I am surprised you know about it.
As bishop, I am the ex officio abbot of Kingsbridge, so I am bound to take an interest.
Well, God has blessed us at St. John's.
I wish God would confer similar blessings on Kingsbridge Priory. You may wonder what I am doing here, Philip of Gwynedd. I received a letter from an anonymous source. The source disclosed only that it was found here in... So, you know of it?
I do.
This letter, it reeks of betrayal. It reeks of those who betray.
Right, Reverend. It was I who found the letter. I know its content.
So God thunders wondrously with his voice.
He does great things that we cannot comprehend. The Book of Job. But this is not the work of God.
Remigius told me it could only have been you.
I meant to do well by our church. Our brother Paul found the message on a dying night. He, in turn, handed it to Prior James.
May God rest his soul in peace.
So that's why you insisted none of his books should be burnt?
No, there are many reasons not to burn all this.
It was Prior James's last wish for all this to be burned, wasn't it, Remigius?
Yes it was.
You told me about this.
Yes, my bishop.
My bishop, it was not I who sent you the letter, but the man who sent it had the well-being of the church in mind.
Remigius, he told me everything I need to know. Philip, you do not look well. What is the matter? Tell me.
Soldiers have invaded the priory.
Invaded? Oh, of course. I have gotten too used to the presence of knights and nobles. The work of a bishop. The reason why these men are outside right now is your letter, Philip. As I suspected, it did convince my allies to go against the Earl of Shiring. Now that you have confirmed the authenticity of this document, they will stop at nothing. Earl Bartholomew is a dangerous man. His plan to attack King Stephen is likewise an attack on the church. These allies of mine insisted that their knight should accompany me along with their son, and very soon they will ride against the Earl.
I understand, my bishop.
Philip, I have the feeling that there is a storm rising. Right here, in Kingsbridge. And in the eye of that storm stands one man. You. Around you, things begin moving. Don't they, Remigius?
Yes.
But there is one important thing you have kept from me.
There is? My bishop?
You did not mention that you, Philip, were nominated to be Prior of Kingsbridge. The brothers here will elect their new prior today, will they not?
The election will take place in a few hours, my bishop.
We need a strong prior. James was my friend, but a strong prior he was not. We are in agreement on these matters, are we not, Remigius?
Of course, Right Reverend. The bishop and I agreed you should have this.
Very well. Now, when your distinguished guests arrive, what will be the subject of your first sermon as the new prior of Kingsbridge?
I think what I would talk about is... I beg your forgiveness, but I do not understand.
Most of your brothers agree with me on this matter. Remigius has talked to them. They will vote for you.
As will I. And I will support you in your duties in my role as sub-prior.
A role you have fulfilled wonderfully in the past, Remigius. Wonderfully.
My bishop?
Philip of Gwynedd. You will be the new prior.
In humbleness, I stand before you, most humbled by your trust and humbled by the great tasks ahead of us. We must restore Kingsbridge to do justice to the glory of God and to his mercy. The desperate and the hopeless everywhere shall hear our bells. They shall see our towering cathedral. Our great church will become a guiding light, but first and foremost, through our actions and our faith, we ourselves shall be such a light to the lost, the hurt, and the suffering on their path to God.
The Earl of Shiring is not in attendance, it seems.
He is not. Shameful. He's busy preparing his siege on Winchester.
I trust he does not know we are about to foil his plans, Percy.
Answer the bishop, my husband.
No, he does not expect us, not at all. My men are ready.
So is our son.
Excellent. Excellent.
There you are. What's the matter?
Did I have a father?
Yes. Everyone has a father.
What happened to him?
He died before you were born.
How could he be my father if he died before I was born?
Babies grow from a seed. The seed comes out of a man's prick and is planted in a woman's cunny. Then the seed grows into a baby in her belly, and when it's ready, it comes out.
Is Tom gonna plant a seed in you?
Maybe.
Then you will have a new baby.
A brother for you. Would you like that?
I don't care. Tom's taken you away from me already. A brother wouldn't make a difference.
Nobody will ever take me away from you.
What was my father's name?
Jack. The same as you. They called him Jack Sherberg.
So, if there's another Jack, I can tell people that I'm Jack Jackson?
You can. People don't always call you what you want them to, but you can try. What is that? Jack, find the others. Then hide and don't come out till I tell you.
Oh, there are at least 200 of them at the river.
Knights again? What colors do they wear?
They are not knights, Philip.
They say they cannot pay.
It is all right, Brother Paul.
I told them that there's a toll.
Who is your leader? Who will speak for you?
No one will speak for us, monk.
We were chased from every village.
They are outlaws.
We are no outlaws.
We come from Earl's Castle.
They killed our men!
My child! They killed my child!
By God, we cannot feed you. We barely have enough for ourselves.
We will give them shelter.
Philip, we have not enough room.
We will give you all shelter, all of you.
I wish I had more to give.
More? We've given away almost all the food we have. What will these poor people eat tomorrow?
Before they came here, they fed themselves. They worked. Surely they can do that again.
There are more coming. Word is spreading fast.
What do we do now, Philip?
Give me the rest of the bread.
But...
Here, Philip.
Then help to clean out the empty houses and tend to the injured.
You heard our prior, brothers.
I do not dare to call on you, God, for fear you might answer. What have I done? Take some bread for your children.
This is not enough. He has more bread. I saw it. Please, our children, give us bread.
I do not dare, for fear. What have I done?
Thank you. We'll make it last as long as we can. Prior, I was a farmer in I could help you here. I can work.
God bless you.
No, I'm all right. Others need it more than...
Take it. Share it with the other. But you have to eat too.
Please, give some of those people over there.
We have nothing. Pa?
Please,
wake
let
up,
us
Pa.
stay. We can work.
Philip, we are running out of room.
Have you done as I told you?
We have cleared out the houses and put all houses are occupied, and our brothers are treating the sick and injured.
There is still some room in the guest house and in the dormitory. Tomorrow we will open the We need all the room we can get. Yes?
I am Tom, Master Builder, and I'd like to rebuild your northwest tower.
They just don't stop coming, do they?
My last employer was the Earl of Shiring himself. I know my craft. If you let your tower collapse, hire me, and I'll...
Do you not see how many there are in need? They need help as much as you do.
They all...
That child you are raising...
My brother found Jonathan in the woods and brought him here. The poor boy would have frozen to death if it had...
Jonathan.
Look, I am sorry, but all...
I'll accept. But I'd rather earn it. We didn't come here to beg.
Ask God, then. That wouldn't be beg.
You remember what I told you about the kindness of monks? Ask.
Oh, I will pray. I will pray for a
I wonder if they refused to...
Do they know you?
I used to live close to here, so it is possible.
Why can't Tom repair their church?
Because these monks want to hold on to their coin as long as they can.
Well, they can't see that it's about to collapse. If it did, I'd have work for a lifetime. But no, they believe it can all be held together by prayer.
Maybe that monk will change his mind. He seemed nice.
He won't. I could see it in his eyes. He's a stubborn one.
Can I look around a bit?
Yes, but don't stroll too far. Be cautious of those monks. I told you the baby would be safe.
What baby?
Monks may be whips, but they take care of their own.
He will grow up to be a monk.
He will.
Well, I guess there are worse things than growing up close to God.
I am not a ghost, little redhead, even if I am at death's door. If you go first, I will put you in the ground. It's what I do. I'll make it a nice grave, but you must dig me one, too. Agreed? That's good. You must not be afraid. Death is not the end. There is more after. That is what all this here.
Who are you? Ah, you're one of the refugees.
I'm from the forest.
From the forest? I saw you. You must be a refugee. Don't we monks do not do things like lying? You again. I don't have time for children. Oh, why are they taking so long? He's always hearing things. First it's Adolphus, now Prior James. They'll be back in a minute. Don't you worry. The dead? Oh, God. Oh. Oh. Oh.
I will not change my mind on this matter. We will help them, all of them. Remigius, do you truly want to leave these people to...
We should remove ourselves from the world. It is for God to decide, not us.
We will help these people. We must.
Hey, what are you doing here?
Remigius here is right. This is no place for...
Now I remember her.
What is it now, Remigius?
This woman, she came...
Yes?
She is not a refugee.
What do you mean?
She's an outlaw. She's been here. Prior James warned me about her. She is not from Earl's Castle. She's from the forest.
But...
I doubt they are married.
Young man, are you not the builders? What's your name?
Jack Jackson.
Son of Jack. Well then, you may go now.
He is not the builder's son. I knew it. He is her son.
Oh, I wish someone would...
That would require a miracle, and I really don't know a thing about them.
I'm so tired.
Come, I'll sing you a lullaby. Actually, it's Jack's favourite. A lark caught in a hunter's net sang sweeter than ever, as if the falling melody might wing and net dissever. At dusk the hunter took his prey. The lark is freedom never. All birds and men are sure to die, but songs may live forever.
Why is the bowl on the pedestal? Do people drink here? No, I don't want to extinguish the flame. It's too dark in here already. Very. If they need to build a new cathedral, Tom will get work. And we can stay here, just like Mother wanted. It won't move. What? So much smoke! I can barely breathe. I need air.
You? I know you. I am Maximichael. It is you. By God and the devil! They sent you back to punish me. I told them we must repent for what we did to you. To all of them. For my sins. Cast me into the lake of fire.
My dear brother, only 2 days have passed since you left. Much has happened in these 2 days. Many desperate. The Earl of Shiring was arrested, his castle taken by my bishop's allies. The people that we shelter were driven from that castle. Francis, I know this was, but I, myself. A couple has come to seek shelter at our priory. Even if that is not true, they say. Remigius said to expel them for their act against God, but I decided against it. Milius and Cuthbert have taken it upon themselves to feed the baby. They called it Jonathan, the gift of God. Johnny Eightpence was right. He loves goat milk. A gift of God. I will not give up. Not on us either, brother. I pray that this letter finds you in good health. In consideration of one must... I heard one of them is my brother. Your brother.
No, no! Get out of there!
What? What is that?
My God! Save yourselves! The saint! Fire!
My God! My God!
Don't go in there! Adolphus! The saint! We must save him! No!
While the monks and refugees cleaned up, I kept hidden. That the ignorant little boy that I had been could so easily turn it back into a pub. I knew then that I had done something wrong, and no one could ever find out.
Prior Philip, I had the site cleared. It should be safe now.
Good work. Thank you. This concludes a very long night, then.
Many people left already. They asked me to thank you for your kindness. They're sorry for what happened.
Well, they should thank God for his mercy. No one got 45 monks and 11 novices, all accounted for. No one's missing.
No one?
Milius and Cuthbert even saved our saint from the crypt.
Do you know what caused this?
Someone set fire to the roof.
Do you suspect anyone?
No. The church was empty when we locked the doors.
Oh, no one got hurt. The books were saved. Even the bones of your saint were unharmed. Maybe this happened for a reason.
What do you mean?
Here. Let me show you something. Tell me, what do you see?
I see dawn.
Right. Prior, I am deeply sorry about what happened to your church, but you must remain steadfast.
And stare at the sunrise?
No, you're only seeing the sunrise because you're facing east, straight east, like a church. Now, I know you have no money, and that helping people is more important, but we could start right here. Take the stones we've got, and the people who want to help.
So, what is it I am looking at, Tom Builder?
It's the aisle of your new cathedral.
I see it. I see now. A few weeks later, I received an invitation from Bishop Waleran. In Winchester, we and Waleran's allies were to meet King Stephen himself. The bishop seemed assured that because we had helped the king, Stephen would support us in return. And that with his help, we would be able to rebuild Kingsbridge Cathedral.
Percy Hanley.
Bishop Waleran. Good morning. Ali! It's them! Over there! The Hamleys!
Again, thank you.
We have to thank you.
Of course. Well, don't just stand there. Walk out with me, but very calmly. We can't let them see us.
Oh, children, pardon me.
Now we're only missing.
Here he is.
Bishop Philip of Gwynedd.
You won't have to say much today.
Leave the talking to us.
No, leave the... King Stephen is my brother, after. Let us make haste. My brother is an early riser.
We must make haste. I want to go hunting in the New Forest. England is full of game. No comparison to Normandy. This country's still wild. This is Waleran Bygod, the Bishop of Kingsbridge.
Waleran, I remember you. We've met before.
And Percy Hamley.
My king.
He brought Bartholomew to justice. And it's not the first time he's helped me. He has...
Indeed, sire.
Bartholomew, on the other hand, will not leave the jail alive.
Percy Hamley did not do it without help, my lord. It was I who told him of the...
And now you come to be rewarded as well. I see.
My brother, the Cathedral of Kingsbridge has burnt down. Waleran asks for a reward, not for himself. He asks for our church.
I take it your church cannot afford to rebuild that cathedral, Henry. Neither can the crown.
I, or rather Bishop Waleran, had an idea. You could give the Earl of Shiring's lands to the Bishop of Kingsbridge to finance the rebuilding of the cathedral.
I like the idea. But Percy and his men were the ones who took Owl's Castle, not Bishop Waleran. Right, Percy?
Yes, my king.
He knows the area, and he will be a loyal Earl, will you not?
Of course, my king.
You ought to give thanks to God first. God made you king.
Don't go on like that, Henry. Don't do that. You know what happens when you do that. It was a long way to this throne. A long way.
Yes, my brother.
Now I will hunt.
My Lord King, I thank you for being willing to reconsider.
When shall we hear your decision?
Tomorrow. Bring my bow. Tell the men we hunt.
Philip, Waleran and I have much to discuss.
All right. But what can I do to help?
Well, my brother asked a confession, and it may help us to...
Tomorrow, the king will... Until then... I wonder how much of a Christian Stephen really is.
Ah, Philip.
What is it?
About Bartholomew.
Maybe.
I do not...
Perhaps.
Please excuse me.
Of course.
Percy Hamley will have the earldom of Shiring, but who can... Now that you know, from what I...